What's good, YouTube? What's good? What's good? So, um, today's video is about um, I'm gonna get my phone next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday I'm gonna get my phone. I'm gonna get the iPhone 13. I'm gonna probably switch to the iPhone because I had a lot of Android phones. Or I had a lot of Android phones over the years, and I just probably decided to go with the higher upgrade and pick um, the iPhone 13. I never had an iPhone before. Most of my family members had iPhones. I did it. I was always the Android type of dude. Um, but this is going to be a learning process for me because obviously I don't know jack crap about iPhones. So I'm gonna learn as I go along. Obviously, it's gonna be way different than an Android, but it is what it is. But anyways, I'm here to talk about the New York Giants, and obviously, I was watching Eli Manning um, this morning, and he was talking about how the Giants got good pieces in place, and they got an up and coming defensive tackle that's great, and Dexter Lawrence, which I believe that the Giants should trade. Because, hear me out, right? Dexter Lawrence is not doing anything here. He's not. He's not gonna, he's not the type of player to elevate people around him. He's the type of player that needs people around him to be better, right? I mean, look how long Justin Tuck was here. Right? He was the captain. He was the leader. You can't really compare Justin Tuck to Dexter Lawrence, now can you? Now I know they play different positions, but they're still on the defense. You know what I'm saying? They still play defense, and I just believe that I don't know why I'm talking like that. Like this, but I just believe that Justin Tuck was more of a captain than Dexter Lawrence is trying to be a captain. Um, I just think that you could get more out of him because he's like only 27, you know, and he's just getting older as the years go by. So why not trade him now? Try to get something for him, like a package, probably like a few second round. I think he's probably worth a second round, like 2 seconds, a third, a fourth, or something like that, so you can get better moving forward. Because he's just only getting, I'm not going to say he's getting worse, but the value that you could get back from him, just like how much, like, look how much we got back for Odell Beckham Jr. We got 1 first and 2 seconds, right? Or I think we got 2 seconds. No, I think we got 1 first. We got 1 first and 2 seconds for him. If memory serves me correctly. He was never going to win here. It was just, you know, like he was just never going to win here. Just like how Dexter Lawrence is never going to win here. So, um, but anyways, yeah. So Eli Manning was talking about how Darcy's going to have a lot of veteran leadership. That's if they want to. I mean, Russell Wilson don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Jameis Winston doesn't have to, because they're in the same boat as him. It's competition. If they're if both of them play bad, then he's probably going to have some playing time. He's going to see some playing time, but I doubt he's going to jump that. I doubt Darcy's going to jump the depth chart because they're both playing bad. You know, I don't think we're gonna see James Winston unless Darts or Wilson goes down. You know what I'm saying? Like he's our emergency backup quarterback. Well, Tommy DeVito is, but we won't see him this year anyways. Um, but was the Giants ever that bad last year? Probably not. Um, we did lead, we did we did lead the league in sacks last year, which was crazy. Even though we couldn't stop the passing game, I believe we were 27th in passing and 11th against the run, if I'm not mistaken. But we were first in sacks. We were we were 17th in giveaways and 13th or 12th in takeaways. So it's not like we went out there and spent a whole bunch of money on the defense. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they're probably going to have to play together. You know, it's not this, oh, we signed all these guys and we drafted all these guys and we signed all these guys and they're supposed to automatically play well. You know, like it doesn't work that way. You know, um, they're gonna have to learn how to play together. You know, and that's why I think the lack of preseason games is gonna hurt them. Not playing. You know what I'm saying? Um, like injuries are gonna happen. You know, if you rather have injuries happen now or during the season when you need them the most. You know what I'm saying? Because when you wait, like, let's say Dexter Lawrence plays one quarter of the preseason. Everybody plays one quarter, not even him. And everybody comes out fine, you know. Some of them might probably be a little gasket and winded, you know what I'm saying? Lightheaded, you know, because they haven't played football in over, a few months, you know. So 6 months, I'd probably say it. Let me see, January, let me see, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, 7 months they haven't played football. So from February all the way to August, that's basically 7 months they haven't touched the football. So of course they're going to be rusty. You know, the energy might not be there, but as the game picks up and you know the days go by, they'll find their rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Um, But my problem is just on the offensive side. That's where my concern is. My concern was never about the defense. It was always about the offense. It was always about the offense. You know. Um, but I believe that, um, yeah. I mean, if the defense is gonna have to carry this team like they did in 16, then we could probably have a good year. We could probably have a good year. Now, I'm not saying that this is the exact same defense as it was, you know, what was it, like, what were we in 2025, 4, 3, 2, 1, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. I probably feel like 12, 11 years ago. I don't think this defense is remotely the same as it is now. Um, I do believe that Darts is going to play week 13. Um, he's going to play week 13. Um, and that's about it, you know. That's about it. But, you know, I just think that there's question marks all over this offense. I don't think this offense is there yet, remotely there yet. I don't think they're there yet. You know, do they have the pieces in place? I don't know. I mean, there's questions at running back, questions at receivers, questions at tight end. Like, who's going to be a play caller? And the play calling is key. Is the offensive line going to be any good? is Evan Neal finally going to break out and be the left tackle or right tackle that he was supposed to be? Because we picked him high in the draft, right? We picked him high in the draft. And I don't know what it is about the New York Giants picking Alabama players, but they never pan out. They never do. Landon Collins, we traded. Remember we traded up for him. Obviously, huge mistake. Now, obviously, he did have that one good year. No, he had two good years. His rookie year, and then the year that we went to the playoffs. And after that, he just fell apart. You know. Who else did we pick in Evan Neal? Those are the only two Bama players I can think of. We never really drafted a whole bunch of Bama players. LSU players for sure, for sure. Corey Webster, Chad Jones. Obviously, he didn't really. He really didn't. You know, he really didn't live through. He didn't really fulfill his NFL dreams because his career got cut short due to a car accident. So he had to give up, you know, playing football. So yeah. But anyways, Ruben Randall, Odell Beckham Jr., Cordell. I think Cordell Flott went to LSU, if I'm not mistaken. But the Giants love drafting LSU players. But anyways, man, yeah. So the the defense has never been the issue. Now there's areas that we can get better at. You know, passing against the pass. We wasn't good last year against the pass. That's probably something that we're sure we're clean up. Against the run, we need to be better in that area. You know, and in terms of sacks, you know, now that we got Abdul Carter, and I'm not gonna put too much stock on the rookies this year because I think for them it's gonna be a learning curve for every rookie, not just Abdul Carter. For every rookie, it's gonna be a learning curve. I think the only rookie that's not gonna really have an issue is Travis Hunter. I really don't think the NFL game speed or whatever they want to categorize it is going to be too much for him. Um, I mean, I religiously said that I wanted the Giants to draft Travis Hunter because we knew last year's draft class was super quarterback heavy. This year's draft class wasn't. You know, and I think that's why, you know, he fell. You know, not because, you know, he's not talented. It's because this wasn't a great draft class, quarterback wise. You know, like only two quarterbacks went in the first round, and that was Ward, and obviously we traded up to get, you know, Darks. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, if Shador Sanders would have came out last year, oh no question he would have went in the first round. Probably 6, 7, 5. But since this year's was even even the media told y'all this year's draft class wasn't gonna be quarterback heavy. You know, like you probably only see like 2 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks go in the first round. But why did he fail all the way? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody was gonna eventually pick him up. Maybe the Browns. Maybe the Browns' luck is finally going to be fruition. You know, maybe that Browns curse, because they've been through a lot of quarterbacks. Jesus, man. You know how many quarterbacks the Browns went through? So maybe I'm not saying that Shedeur Sanders is going to be Tom Brady, but you know what? Hell, even Tom Brady fell. When he turned around and said to the owner, "This is the best decision that you made," you know, and he went on to win 7 championships. Lost three, lost three of them. Twice to the Giants, once to the obviously Eagles, but he's won 7 of them. Um, I don't think he's gonna go 7-0. That would be, crazy. Not really crazy, but obviously Joe Montana went 6-0, or where he went like 6-0 in the Super Bowl, never lost. So, anyways, man, I just think that this year is going to be very interesting. Um, yeah, I just think that that the offense is probably going to be a lingering issue. Um, I think the defense is going to take care of itself with the new acquisitions that they have, but the offense is probably going to be a work in progress still. I don't think the offense is completely there. Like, if I had to rank the NFC East in terms of offense, Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. I think with the acquisition of Debo Samuel and Pickens, that's going to stretch the field. Like, we didn't really get nobody in free agency that was, you know, reliable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still banking on Hyatt. Like, I gave up on that kid a long time ago. Because either you have it or you don't. You know? Um, I think getting him was a huge mistake in the draft. And it's showing, you know? I don't know what the kid problem is. I don't know if he doesn't like management. I don't know if he doesn't like, you know, the way that they run things over there. But if he doesn't want to be there, just trade him, you know? I mean, he clearly shows you that he doesn't want to be there, you know? I'm pretty sure if he was somebody somewhere else, he would probably flourish. But he looks like he doesn't want to be there, you know? I mean, the kid is still young. Russell Wilson said that he has untapped potential. I mean, will we see it? I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, he wasn't targeted as much in the playoffs. In last year's regular season, he was targeted here and there, but obviously, you know, with the rotations with Wanda, Wyatt, and, and with Hyatt and Wanda Robinson and Darius Slayton and Malik Neighbors. It's not the best receiving core. It's okay, I guess. It's not better than Dallas, not better than the Eagles, not better than the Commanders. I'll tell you that much. Like if you if you look at the NFC East as a whole, we're probably in the bottom of every category. Now the only upgrade that we probably did that was good was probably at quarterback. We still haven't addressed the running back position. Okay, Devin Singletary was supposed to be our ace one running back. He had a disappointing season last year. Now, obviously, it was his first year there. Maybe let's see what he does in year two. You know, it's kind of like Brian Burns. We overpaid for Brian Burns. I don't like. We always freaking paying. We always overpaying for players, and they never pan out. They never pan out. It's like I don't know why the Giants overpay for players. We did it with freaking What's the kid we just traded? Darren Waller. We overpaid for Darren Waller. Obviously, he had a very successful year with the Raiders, going over 1,000 yards. He didn't do diddly shit over here. Same thing with Kenny Galladay. Had an amazing career with the Lions. Came over here, did absolutely nothing. So, like, and we did it again with Brian Burns. Brian Burns didn't do jack crap over here, but he had a very good career, or not a career, but he had a very good year with the Panthers. So, like, I don't know why players don't play up to the potential when they come here. I remember when we had Antrel Roll, and we had Janoris Jenkins coming over from the Rams, and we got DRC coming over from the Cardinals. They balled out and they showed out. We don't get that anymore. We don't. Because every time we get a key player from a different team, he comes over here and plays like crap. Like he forgets how to play football. Now I don't know if he's not used to playing this way, or maybe it's just a different scheme, or maybe the Giants should go back to playing a 4-3 scheme. I really do believe the Giants need to go back to the bread and butter that won them those 2 Super Bowls. Because playing in this 3-4 scheme is not working. It really isn't. Because playing in the 4-3 scheme, you need athletic linebackers. Because you're only rushing 3 defensive linemen and you have 4 or 5 linebackers. The reason why teams like Miami, the Dolphins, I said Miami Dolphins, the teams like the Dolphins, the Steelers, the Ravens, you know why they can successfully retool at the linebacker position? Because they know how to maximize their linebackers. We don't. We don't. Look at the Patriots. They have very good linebackers. Teddy Bruschi, O.J. Mayo, not Mayo, I say O.J. Mayo like in NBA. Mayo, Hightower. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at the Steelers, they had Timmons, they had James Harrison, you know what I'm saying? Lamar Woodley. So, Ray Lewis, you know what I'm saying? T. Sizzle. So you see where I'm getting at, right? Miami, Jason Taylor, that's the only one I could think of. And Cameron Wake. I don't know if he still plays there. I think he retired. But you see where I'm going at, right? Those teams had great linebackers. Over the last 10 years, who's our great linebacker that we had over the last 10 years? Can you name one? Can you name 2, 3, 4? No. Because our bread and butter was always a 4-3 scheme. We see other teams duplicating that and having success. And what do? Monkey see, monkey do, right? We do it and it doesn't work. And we continuing to do the same thing. Like, give it up already. Go back to the bread and butter that won us championships. Go back in producing go back and producing defensive ends. Because I think that's what the Giants seem to be good at, is producing good defensive ends. And OC, Tuck, Strahan, JPP, list goes on. OC, Dice, Kimi Nuka, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we had very good defensive tackles too. So, yeah. I said it once and I'll say it again. I do not trust this regime. I do not trust Brian Dable and Joe Schoen. They're heading into their final year. So they're going to have to put everything on the line. I don't think a rookie is going to save your career. I don't think a rookie is going to buy you time unless you're winning games. Unless you're starting off 3-0, 4-0, well, not even that, because you remember 2009 we started off 5-0 and we didn't recover. So just have a decent record by Thanksgiving, probably like 4-6, somewhere like that. But if you're like 1-4, 2-5, somewhere around that line, you can work with it. You know what I mean? But I just think that the Giants should go back to what they were known for, and that's rushing the quarterback with four. Because these linebackers, this 4-3 scheme is not working at all. I don't know what Giants fans see in that. I don't know what the organization sees in that. Maybe they see other teams duplicating that and they think that they can do the same thing. But that's just not their MO. The Giants was always built on the 4-3 scheme. Ever since they had Tom Landry and Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick as their defensive coordinator, they've always, and Sean Payton, they've always run a 4-3 scheme. Now, obviously, they got away from that in the early 90s and 80s. They switched from a 4-3 to 3-4 because obviously, the Steelers, they're still curtain at the time. The Cowboys, Doomsday, you know what I'm saying? Like even the Purple Eaters, Vikings, you know, and they had success. Obviously, they had Carson, Larry Carson, or Harry Carson. They had Carl Banks, Lawrence Taylor. They had Marshall at the anchor, and it worked. It worked. But now it's like things have changed. The Giants will never find that ace in the hole at linebacker. They might have a consistent linebacker like a Michael Boley or Jonathan Goff or John Beeson or obviously long-time linebacker Antonio Pierce. You know what I'm saying? That came from the Redskins at the time. Or you had LeVar Arrington for like a short period of time, and then you had Jesse Armstead. So the Giants had success at linebacker. They just got away from that. Why? I don't know. Now, will Abdul Carter be this world beater and savior? Probably not, because he's gonna have to learn the learning curve for the New York Giants. I mean, he's gonna have to learn the NFL speed. It's not like college. It's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to learn different type of moves. You got your bull rush, you got your ghost. You know what I'm saying? You got so many different ways you could be your opponent. But in Penn State, you wasn't asked to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was the one knock on him, is that his motor is not there. He's not gonna consistently have that motor. Like JCP had that motor. Like you could tell, Tuck, Osi, Strahan, they had that motor. You don't get that from him. Like he turns it off, he turns it on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not poo-pooing on him. I think he had a great rookie year. It's just how the Giants are going to utilize him. And again, I do not trust this regime. I do not. I think they're going to sabotage his career just like how they did many players that was here. It's not his fault, but, it is what it is. And the best part is he doesn't really have to earn the reps. He's just gonna get thrown in there. He's gonna get thrown in there, and he's just gonna have to learn on the fly. You know, maybe we'll see him in preseason. Of course, we'll see him in preseason. Hopefully, knock on wood, he doesn't get hurt, because you know how the injury bugs when your Giants can creep. But that's all. Like, comment, subscribe on the road to 199K.